looking at understanding how to calculate your word count. We're presenting industry standard formulas used for English language publishing. Method 1, the formula used by publishers. This is word per page times the number of pages. So if you have 250 words per page by 320 pages, you should have a total of 80,000 words. Method 2. This is using MS Word or a writing program. These programs will keep track of the word count. Agents like this method because you don't send them the entire manuscript. You usually send them the first 5 to 10 pages with a 1 to 2 page query letter, and this includes the word count in that query. Method 3, words per line. Count the total number of words in 10 random lines, then divide by 10 to get the average word per line. The next stage in Method 3 is the lines per page. Count the number of lines on each page to get the lines per page. Looking at the next stage of Method 3 is the number of pages. Count the number of pages from where the book actually starts to the last page before any bibliography, acknowledgements or appendices. This gives you the number of pages. And then we come to the final part of Method 3, the word count formula. Multiply the words per line by the lines per page by the number of pages to give you your word count.
Quote by Holly Black. I try to write 1,000 words every day. I've actually put up my daily word counts online for my last several novels. I do this to keep myself honest, saying exactly when I wrote what part of the book. End quote.
We're going to look at the most accepted word counts. The publisher's most accepted word counts are 250 words per page. A small book is about 200 to 250 words per page. A standard book is about 300 words per page. A wide format book is about 400 to 450 words per page. Young adult books are about 120 to 240 words per page. Picture books are about 17 to 20 words per page. Middle grade books are about 180 to 200 words per page. Nonfiction books, they can be 300 words per page.
Quote by Andrea Wolfe. I have successfully avoided having a word count hanging over me. I tried, but it completely stifled me. I spend so much more time reading, researching, restructuring, and thinking than writing that it has become meaningless to have a word count. I am an obsessive redrafter. I write, rewrite, rewrite, and rewrite. Draft after draft. And how would you count those words? End quote.
Now we're going to look at understanding if you're going to go over or under your word count. If you're going to go over your word count, this is if your words go over the limit. Things to do is search for materials that isn't really contributing to the story. Work with your editor to condense your manuscript. And consider splitting it into 2 books or a trilogy. But what if your words are under? That is, your words are under the limit. Things you can do. Flesh out your characters. Weave in another subplot. Review your original outline. Connect your loose threads. And add more interviews and examples to nonfiction. I found a great tool for you to use. It's called Reading Length. Now, Reading Length was started as a summer project by Brigida Putnam in 2015. Reading Length has become one of the leading reference sites to finding the length of books. I encourage you to check it out for yourself. It's a great site.
Quote by Pintip Dunn. My word count goals depend on where I'm at in the writing process. I start by writing a fast draft, something I call a zero draft, in order to get the story down. At this point, my word count goal is usually between 5,000 and 10,000 a day. The most I've ever written is 14,000 in a single day. Then I rewrite the entire manuscript slowly, using the zero draft as a foundation. At the beginning of this stage, my word count is very low, usually 500 or 1,000 per day. I gradually ramp up as I get comfortable with the voice and characters, and I figure out the exact plot. Most of the book is written with a 1,000 to 2,000 daily word count goal, and then I usually zoom to the finish line by writing 2,000 to 3,000 words a day. The longest stage of this process is the zero draft, slow beginning, plotting stage. This can take anywhere from 1 to 6 months or more. Once I get the plot figured out, I can usually finish a book in a couple of months. Promo marketing definitely cuts into writing time. My best advice is get the words in first. End quote.